Hi guys, welcome to Go Time with Showtime. This is your first time stopping by my channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, like always guys, you know how we do. Today we're going to do a story out of Dallas, Texas. This story contains these two young gentlemen right here by the name of Omarion Frazier and Galen Jones. These two gentlemen was gunned down at a 7-Eleven by this gentleman here by the name of Donald Moore. Now, what Donald Moore did to these two gentlemen was senseless, because he did not even know these two gentlemen and they did not know him. Guys, I'm going to let this clip roll, and like always guys, we're going to come back here and we're going to talk about it. I'll see you guys back here in a sec.
Join the Navy are over after Dallas police say a gunman mistook him for someone else and shot him in the face. Hello and good evening, everyone. I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock. Gale Jones lost his left eye in the shooting last month at a 7-Eleven store in downtown Dallas. He also lost a very close friend who died in that same attack. The shooting was a shocking moment of violence at a location that's become a haven for drug deals and crime. Fox 4's David Centenry live in Dallas with the story right across from that 7-Eleven we're talking about in downtown Dallas. David?
Yeah, Steve, this 7-Eleven behind me is averaging a couple of calls to 911 each day. We found that out through a public records request. Now, tonight we're speaking with a young man who was shot while inside this 7-Eleven. He lost his eye, but also lost his dear friend.
And we was gonna get the drinks.
18-year-old Gale Jones never imagined a visit to a 7-Eleven in downtown Dallas last month would lead to him and his best friend being shot in an apparent case of mistaken identity.
We didn't know him, and he didn't know us.
Jones and 17-year-old Omarion Frazier were inside the 7-Eleven on Ross Avenue after just wrapping up work at a nonprofit when Dallas police say 24-year-old Donald Moore walked in and began shooting.
First place he shot me was my eye. I didn't see him at all or nothing, but when I fell on the ground, he stood over me. He shot me in my knee, he shot me under here.
Jones survived, but Frazier did not.
He shot him in the head, and he got hit right here, and the rest was body shots.
According to an arrest affidavit, Moore was assaulted by two people outside the 7-Eleven 2 days before the shooting. An unidentified witness told a detective that Moore was seeking to kill those two individuals who beat him up. A detective watched surveillance footage of the assault and says the two attackers look similar to Frazier and Jones, but are not them.
Like, I just kept on messing with my eye.
Jones lost his left eye. The bullet went out his left ear. Did you know in those moments that your eye was gone, or did you think just something happened to it and it was still there?
I didn't even think my eye was gone, because when I went to the hospital, I was asking my mom, I was like, Mom, I got my eye right? And she told me, she was like, no.
His life will never be the same.
And I was gonna go to the Navy, but I can't now. That was my dream, go to the Navy. But now I got a different dream now.
What's your dream now?
I'm gonna tell my story to everybody, the whole world, so they can understand, like, being in the streets as a teenager is not it for everybody.
Jones admits he sometimes hung out at that 7-Eleven, a hot spot for crime.
Drugs, people selling weed, that's what goes down over there.
A Fox 4 records request to Dallas police uncovered in 2022 402 calls to 911 regarding incidents at this 7-Eleven. This year, as of April 17th, there had already been 223 calls to 911.
Why? Why my little brother?
Jones says he and Frazier were the best of friends. They even greeted each other as so.
We both gave each other a hug and we kissed each other on the forehead.
And even though Frazier is gone, Jones believes they still communicate.
10 minutes before I came, I cried because he was talking to me. I broke down.
What was he saying?
He was saying, just keep your head up, and I'm happy. I'm happy that you made it and you fought for your life in that hospital.
Do you feel fortunate that you're sitting here today?
It's a blessing, by the blessing of God.
Hi guys, welcome back. You saw that video. It's sad and it's senseless. It's senseless because here it is, these two young men, one lost his life, one life was destroyed, all because of Mr. Moore. Can't take an ass whooping. I was born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s. You don't think I got beat up every day? I didn't get beat up, but I had a fight every day almost. In school, out of school. The point was, we fought one day, the next day if we see each other, we might fight again. Or we might just say, okay, whatever. We'll fight later on down the line. Now, one time did I said and say I wanted to grab a gun and go kill these kids who beat me up. Why would I do that? It's a fight. Nothing's hurt. I'm still living. I'm still breathing. Mr. Moore was still living, still breathing, was not hurt. The only thing was hurt was his pride, or maybe manhood, or he can't deal with the fact that he got beat up. The point is, you did not have to go grab a gun. That does not make you a man. That makes you a coward, like you are. That means you can't take an ass whooping. Meaning you couldn't, hey, go on another day and fight him again? Possibly catch him one-on-one? Fight him again? If you was that hurt, if a person is that hurt, is other ways. You could call the police. You can make a police report. They had videos. They could have looked them up, tracked them down, and arrested them if you that hurt. It did not take you running to grab a gun like that was your only option. Not only did you run and grab this gun, you don't even know who beat you up. You assumed that these two young gentlemen was the ones that beat you up. Wasn't for show. Didn't even look at the people that beat you up. This is becoming too often. When is enough is enough. We all have demons. We all get angry like that. But it's up to us as people to compress that. Now, I have had fights, plenty of them, but not one time did I go overboard and say I want to physically hurt the people that hurted me. No, it's not that serious. What he did was caused more pain to these kids' family, to these kids that have to deal with the outcome of what happened to them. This boy has to look in the mirror every day and see what a mistake did to him. It's becoming too much. All the hanging out at stores, that's not safe. When you see a store with people hanging out at it, it's best to just go the other way, because you're taking a chance of going into this store and maybe dying in the store, or dying when you come out this store, or getting carjacked or something like that. The crowd is too big, and it can't be safe when people just hang out at a place. They mean no good. People need to stay away from those type of environments, because you never know what's going to happen. You might go in this store and that might be your last thing you see on this earth, like what happened to this young gentleman. Mr. Frazier did not deserve that. These kids looked like good kids. They was out there working. Something most kids their age is not doing these days. They're out there stealing. These kids was working. These kids had plans. This boy wanted to join the Navy. He can never do that again because of what Mr. Moore did to him. Senseless, and it needs to stop. Enough is enough. Mistaken identity, that don't make it okay that you accidentally shot somebody, that you accidentally made a mistake. Now look at you. You done ruined their lives. You done ruined your life, because now you are facing murder charges. And you're going to be in jail for a very long time. Now the life you had, You will no longer see, because you will be behind these boards however many years they give you. And you will have time to sit and think about the careless shit you did to these two young men that did not deserve that. All because your pride was hurt because you got beat up. Guys, leave comments in my box below. Let me know how you feel about what happened to these two young gentlemen. Remember, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see all you guys back here in my next video.